I'm an 18-year-old student named Jennifer. I'm in my last year of high school and will be going to a college very soon. A lot of people in my high school think that I'm really cute because of my blonde hair. I recently started working in a coffee shop to earn some pocket money and also to make some savings for my college. I was having busy days as I had to go to college, study for exams, plus I had to do work. As studying was my main priority, so I took a couple days off from work as I couldn't manage my studies. The boss was very kind and allowed me to take holidays without neglecting anything from my paycheck, but he agreed to this if I would make up for the lost hours before the end of the month. Otherwise, he was going to neglect some cash from my paycheck, and I didn't want that, so I decided to work extra hours. I didn't have much studying to do, so I was totally fine with it. After college, I would go home and rest for a while, and then go to the shop. I used to study in the library during my free classes, not like others who spend their free classes in the cafeteria or roaming around. I was working late at night, and used to go home around 11 p.m., sometimes 1 a.m. when the shop closes. These days, we were getting a lot of customers in the evening, so it was the busiest time of my shift. I was fine with that, as I'm not a lazy person, and I like working hard. At nighttime, the shop is usually empty, so I just have to sit there most of the time. One night, I just finished my shift and was locking the door. While I was walking past the parking lot, a man standing there asked me, "Need a ride?" I turned around to look at him, as I didn't notice anyone before. He had a hood on and was smoking a cigarette. I couldn't really see his face. I replied, "No thank you," then started to walk back to my house. I don't know, but something inside of me told me that there was something odd with that guy. I usually turn the music on and put my earphones on, but I didn't do that today. I just wanted to reach home and then go straight to bed. After a while, I noticed that there was a car who was right behind me and at very less speed and wouldn't pass by me. After a while, it got right beside me, and whoever was inside the car opened the window. "Need a ride?" he asked. It was the same man from earlier. I recognized his voice. I said, "No," and then started walking faster. He asked again, "Need a ride?" I looked towards him, and he had a gun pointing right at me. As soon as I saw that, I started running, and he didn't follow me, but I didn't stop till I reached my home. He was a complete psycho. When I went to bed that night, I couldn't stop thinking about him, but I did manage to sleep for a while. The next night, while I was at work, the shop was empty as usual, so I was cleaning and watching news. A customer came and sat on one of the tables quietly. He had a hood on, and I couldn't see his face. I went up to him and took his order. He ordered a cup of coffee. While he was drinking that, we had a chat. He was changing his voice. I could clearly tell that he was not talking in his real voice and was trying to fake his voice, but I didn't bother asking as it was not my consult. He told me that he has no family and had nowhere to live, so he lives in his car. After he said that, I went back to the counter as I had some cleanings to do. Suddenly, breaking news came up and caught my attention. It said, "A serial killer is on the loose who attacks and kills young teenage blondes. He asks them their age and tells them that he has no family, also that he lives in his car. Last seen location was near my high school." As soon as I saw the news, I got really scared and just knew that he was the one. I looked over the counter on the table where he was sitting, and he was no longer there. I turned around to grab the telephone, and he was right behind me, staring at me, and gave me an evil smile. He asked, "Need a ride?" I recognized the voice, and then screamed.